I traded every yellow pet in Adopt Me, starting from common and making our way to the rarest yellow pet in Adopt Me. We're starting off with the liger and ending off with a giraffe. And we just got sent our first trade request, so let's go and add a liger, which is the first yellow pet we're trading. We're going and getting offered an Arctic hare, which is actually a pretty cool offer. The liger comes out of the danger egg and the Arctic hare comes out of a Christmas update. I'm going to say that this is probably a fair offer, not any sort of crazy overpay or anything. I'd say that's probably pretty decent. An Arctic hare, I'll accept it. Up next is the yellow-lipped snake, which literally has the word yellow in its name. A yellow-lipped sea crate. This is an uncommon pet and they're offering me a panda, which is definitely an overpay, so I have to let them know. I always make sure that everyone knows the values of their pets, and a panda is actually pretty valuable. Although I'd love to accept an ultra rare for an uncommon, I would happily go and accept a common, so I'm telling them to swap it out. So I told them not to go and overpay, and now we're going to see what sort of accurate offer we might be able to go and get. An anglerfish. Now that seems pretty fair. So we're going to go and hit accept on the anglerfish, which is kind of an ugly pet, but then again, the yellow-lipped sea crate is very boring, probably very similar in terms of value also, so I'd happily go and take that. I don't want to go and take overpays just because you guys are fans. Up next is a triceratops. Now I don't actually know the value of this pet, but since it's relatively old, it's gonna have some sort of value, right? I'm gonna hit confirm on this offer. I do love myself an ocelot. An ocelot is a rare. We're also getting a cracked egg for an uncommon. Then again, the Triceratops is older. I think you can still go and unlock the Ocelot during a special season inside of Adopt Me. Let me go and check the journal. How do we go and get the Ocelot? So I believe you can just go and get this Ocelot when the rain weather update comes out. You can literally just go and get it, so it's still obtainable. As for the yellow butterfly, this is now an interesting one. In terms of this pet's value, it actually did come out a long time ago, coming out in the Butterfly Sanctuary. However, it is only a rare, meaning that it's not got too much value. This person is offering me a lunar white tiger, which is an ultra rare, and my YouTube logo is a literal tiger. So I'm going to go and hit confirm on this trade. I don't know if this is a win, fair or loss, but I do know that the yellow butterfly came out a long time ago, and some butterflies have a ton of value, especially a diamond butterfly, which you can trade for literal frost dragons. Up next is a seahorse. This person is offering me an ant. Now a seahorse is actually seen as a rare pet because it did come out a while ago, coming out of the ocean egg. With the rarity of being rare, we're going and getting offered 4 ants, which is definitely interesting. Because there's 4 of them, sure, let's go for it. That is enough for me to go and make a neon ant. Not that I ever intend on going and making a neon ant, but now I've got the opportunity to, so let's go and hit accept. 4 red pets for 1 yellow pet. Kind of a pretty cool looking deal. Up next is the pet chick, one of my favorite yellow pets and probably one of the most yellow pets to exist inside of Adopt Me. Now this pet is very old, one of the first untradeable pets that then became tradable, meaning it does have a significant amount of value, so let's see what sort of offers we're able to go and get for it. First offer is a neon Wolpertinger. I'm hoping that maybe I can get a bad legendary for this, but I'm gonna say no thank you on this and check out what some of the other offers we might get are. We're now being offered a neon ghost wolf, which is pretty fun and season for Halloween, which is apparently a pretty good deal, but not quite what I'm after. I don't really know the value of this pet. I know the chick used to be extremely valuable, but apparently it's dropped in value recently, but I think I can still go and get some sort of low tier legendary. Okay, I'd happily accept an ancient dragon. I don't really know if that's a good deal for them or not, to be honest, but I've definitely traded legendaries for chicks in the past. So I'm actually getting a yellow pet in return for this yellow pet, which is a pretty cool trade. So let's see if they actually go and hit confirm, and there we go. We've just successfully traded a chick for an ancient dragon, which is one of the yellow pets I'll be trading later in this video. This is a very crazy offer. That is a golden hummingbird, a pet that you don't really see that often. So I'm going to go and add some other pets. Later on in this video, I was meant to be going and trading a bee, but we're going to go and try and add it into this offer now in hopes of going and getting the golden hummingbird, which is a very difficult pet to find. I'm also going to go and add a magma snail. which you can go and get this pet by using a lure, and if you're extremely lucky, like when I say extremely lucky as in you gotta place thousands of them to try and get one of these things, I think, then you might go and get yourself a magma snail. I don't know why they added a slug, so I'm gonna go and add a slug as well. I mean, that's very strange. Apparently this person traded me in the video where I traded only green pets, which is kind of insane that the same person has met me in this server as well. So a round of applause to them for the fact that they managed to go and get in both trading colored pets videos. That's kind of crazy, but there we go. 3 yellow pets at once. Up next is the ultra rare puffer fish. Now this pet is one that you don't really see that often, to be honest, and I'll confess I forgot the origin of the puffer fish. I have a feeling maybe it is from the danger egg. Yeah, danger egg is how you go and get it. In case you forget, if you go and open up your journal, it will actually tell you what egg it comes from if you simply hover it over. Now, what sort of offer can we go and get from an ultra rare from a danger egg? I actually don't really know, but what I do know is that this is an ultra rare, so I feel like we've got to get an ultra rare in return. This person's offering me 1 lunar tiger, which unfortunately is only a rare. It's a cool pet, of course, but it doesn't quite match the value. We're getting offered a tan chow chow, which is an ultra rare. As for the value of a tan chow chow, honestly, I don't know. I think you go and get this from a golden bone, which you need to go and have VIP to even go and access. So VIP players are supposedly meant to get one with Pets Plus, but then they swapped it out for the hummingbirds. So a bit of a sad swap out, I guess, if you guys really wanted chow chows. But I don't think a chow chow has too much value. Not as much value as a flaming zebra. And in case anyone of you tells me that's not yellow, well, I say the majority of this is yellow and the rest is black, but we're not trading black pets. This person is offering me a hamster. Now, a flaming zebra is a pet that you get from a special bait. The only way to obtain that bait was from a previous event when the baits originally first came out. A hamster, on the other hand, costs you Robux and is seen as kind of a still high tier pet, since so many people have pet hamsters in real life that they kind of want to have their own hamster to match their real life pet inside of Adopt Me, which logically does make sense, so I think going and getting that gone was a pretty good trade. Up next is a Magma moose, which is an ultra rare pet, which I think will have a decent amount of value. When these pets originally released, I was trading 1 ride potion or 2 ride potions to get 1 Magma moose. That's how valuable these pets were, and they were very expensive and very difficult to get at the time. However, now they really don't have as much value, which you might see in terms of some of the offers we're about to go and receive. A gingerbread hare. Now that actually does sound kind of fair, to be honest. I don't really know much about that pet. So it seems that this one isn't actually that valuable in comparison. This comes out of a box, although it's an ultra rare, it's not that valuable. So we're hoping to go and get something similar value, a little bit over or a little bit under. Unfortunately, a ginger cat is definitely probably worse than what they previously had offered in the trade. I want the previous one back now. They're offering me a Shetland pony in white and a lunar ox. Unfortunately, both of these pets are actually kind of pretty easy to go and get your hands on and don't have that much value, especially in comparison to the Magma moose. Okay, now this might seem like a very silly deal, but I'm gonna go and accept it. The moose is actually, believe it or not, more valuable than the snail. The moose is kind of a harder pet to get, although the odds of going and getting them is supposedly the same. The moose is kind of a preferred pet because it looks nicer, and the other one is a literal snail we're talking about. Who wants a pet snail when you could have a pet Magma moose? The moose sounds so much cooler, but to go and get this thing gone, of course I had to go and hit accept. Up next is a very strange pet. This is called the blue ringed octopus. Well, the majority of the pet's yellow, but it's called blue ring as it features these small little blue rings around the pet. This pet again comes from the danger egg. I think the danger egg loves their yellow pets by the looks of things. This is a very interesting offer. They're offering me a garden egg, a bunch of sea angels, and a cracked egg. I think that's definitely a win. I actually don't know the value of this. I'm gonna tell them to take away 3 sea angels, as I'm pretty sure this is over in terms of value. I actually don't really know. This is only an ultra rare, but it is from the danger egg, and we are talking about a blue ringed octopus. I think this is now fair. We're getting a garden egg, 2 sea angels, and a cracked egg in return for this ultra rare. So I think that's kind of cool. The danger egg, it's an octopus. Let's see what they have to say. They said keep the good work uploading. I appreciate that. Let's go. Hopefully enjoy it. It's a shame that this isn't a legendary, because the other octopus in Adopt Me is a legendary, and I feel like the blue ringed octopus just should have been a legendary, but then everyone would be sad that it's basically the same thing. So I don't know. The next pet is everyone's favorite. We're moving into the legendaries. The Zodiac minion chick, one of the most despised pets probably to exist inside of Adopt Me. We're getting offered a selection of pets, a gingerbread hare, a puma, and a mole. Believe it or not, I do actually need moles, so you can go and trade them in still. You can still trade 6 moles in for a legendary, in case you didn't know. It's probably a fair deal, believe it or not, although I am talking about a legendary right here for literally an ultra rare and 2 uncommons. This person is offering me a ride neon dog. Unfortunately, I have so many of this in Mega that I just don't really need to see any more of them. They actually swapped it out for a woodland egg, and I actually don't really see woodland eggs that often, so out of curiosity, I'm gonna go and accept this deal, and I'll probably hatch this in a later video, the woodland egg. That's kind of a pretty interesting deal, so let's accept that. I don't really know what the value of that is. Up next is the Sunrise Duckling, a very cool legendary. This is an interesting deal. We're going and getting offered Sea Angels, a classic trade stand, and a magic door. Now, if I go into the shop, we can see that a classic trade stand actually costs you 95 Robux, and I'm pretty sure the door is a similar price if we can find it. Is it even still for sale? Can you still buy it? 130 Robux. This is kind of like 200 Robux worth. So I'm gonna go and hit accept on this deal. I only am really interested in the classic trade stand and the magic door. The rest of the pets, I don't really know the values of them. I mean, we did trade a blue ringed octopus earlier. This is a sunrise duckling that you got from an old event duckling box. I think this is kind of an interesting trade. The classic trade stand and magic door are probably hard to trade items, but they do come in handy at some points, which, you know what, let's go and test one out now. So we're gonna go and place down the Maneki-neko, which is a very cute looking legendary. Alright, this is a pretty interesting deal. I do absolutely adore this pet, but there is a golden tortoise beetle in this offer, a neon mahi, a toucan, gingerbread hare, floral eggy, and some ants. So I'm going to go and hit accept on this deal, as it does seem pretty interesting of a selection of pets. Now this is a very cool pet, and it does come out of the Japan egg, I believe, and it's very cool. And they decided to add a capuchin monkey right at the last second. Very interesting. Now there is a 15-second countdown. Sometimes Adopt Me goes and does longer countdowns for the second part of the trade to make sure that you're happy with the trade if you feature valuable pets. Compared to if you're just trading 2 dogs, for example, it'll only be like a 3-second countdown. If it's a rare stuff, it would be 15 seconds. In case anyone was ever curious, why do some trades take longer than others? Well, it depends on the value of the pet you're trading. Up next is the Ancient Dragon. They're offering me a wolf. Although it's a pretty old pet, it's really not that valuable. What I'm looking for is some sort of other legendary that is similar in terms of value. I'm not really after getting a bunch of commons, to be honest. We're getting offered a Neon Bandicoot. They've actually swapped this out to a Mushroom Friend, which is a pretty cool deal. So I would happily go and accept a Mushroom Friend. Now this comes out of the garden egg compared to a pet that comes out of a regular egg, which is probably why they just did hit decline. And they swapped it out for a motorized sofa. I actually don't really know much about the value of vehicles, so I'm gonna hit decline. I don't really collect these. This person's offering a Guardian Lion, which is actually an old Robux pet. Look at that, it says crocodile down right there. Do you see that? Why is there a crocodile underground? I don't know, but we are getting a Guardian Lion, which is yellowish, but I'm pretty sure I traded that in my red pets video in case anyone's like, why didn't you trade it? And for anyone curious why I'm not trading the golden pets, well, I'm going to make a separate video where I trade every single gold pet, every single diamond pet. That's going to be in a separate video, because a lot of you guys will probably say golden pets are yellow, but I'm not classifying it as that. Fun fact about the Emperor Gorilla, it's actually very, very valuable. So I'm hoping we can go and get multiple legendaries for this. If not, I'm pretty sure we can easily get a neon legendary for this if I was to go and join a rich trading server. They offered me a royal capuchin monkey, but unfortunately, it's actually worth 3 of those, so we can hit decline on that trade. Definitely going to be a difficult pet to trade. Some people don't actually really know the value of this pet. They just see it as a random legendary and they don't know for the fact that it's actually very rare. This person's offering me a Spinosaurus and a Lynx. Again, this is worth at least 3 times the amount of what they're offering. Okay, we have definitely got an interesting offer right here. We have a dragon, winged horse, and a pink cat. In terms of value, these 3 things combined are actually the value of this Emperor Gorilla. I'm not sure if they're saying something. They said, I met you yesterday, I gave them a sandwich. That's kind of funny. So in terms of value, apparently these are pretty decent, I think. So we're going to go and hit confirm on this. We're getting a common, an uncommon pink cat, a winged horse with a fly potion on it, and a dragon. In case anyone's curious, why is the Emperor Gorilla so expensive? Well, it cost a ton of Robux, like so much Robux when this pet originally came out, because it wasn't guaranteed and you had to keep going and opening Robux boxes to try and go and get it. I'm not sure if this person's actually going to go and hit confirm. They're definitely thinking about it. There's a bunch of people spectating this trade, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not sure if they are. Maybe they're going and Googling the values and they'll probably find out that this is actually seen as a probably medium fair trade. And they did finally go and hit confirm on this deal. That's very cool. As for the final yellow pet, I think you all knew what was about to happen. This is a giraffe. And a giraffe is one of the rarest pets inside of Adopt Me, with one of the craziest values possible. In fact, this is actually worth more than a Mega Glormy Leo and a Mega Chocolate Chip Bat Dragon. But I'm trading it with my girlfriend, so of course I will happily go and overpay for some of her pets. In terms of value, I believe this is like 30 legendaries I'm overpaying. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but based on value websites, I could get like 30 more back. But based on value sites, apparently I could get like 30 more regular dragons, which is crazy because this giraffe is basically worth 400 legendary dragons. Just to try and comprehend the value of that pet, 400 of them. So that's how rare a giraffe actually is. Giraffe is actually even more valuable than a frost dragon is, in case anyone's curious. You can get frost dragon and a bunch of ads for a giraffe. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, and to watch another Adopt Me video that I think you're really gonna love to go and watch next, you should go and click here right now to go and watch it. Go on, I dare you to.